In this video, I'm going to be explaining about function overloading. Okay, so what is function overloading? Let's take an example of this program. You have a function that will sum two numbers. This function receives two parameters. When you run the program, it will call this function, passing these two arguments to these parameters, and you have the output as function1 sum here, with the total as a plus b, which is 12. Okay, 12 here. Okay, now let's see, you want to call this function sum two numbers, but you put 6.7, okay, plus 4.8. If you run the program, you'll notice that the output is 10 for the second one. Okay, so what happened is that if you still remember about promotion and demotion, this is a double data type. When you pass to here, because it's the only function that receive, this is the only function that you have here. If you pass this, it will be demoted to integer. So conversion from double to integer, it is called demotion. Okay, so it will only take 6 to be passed here, and it will truncate 8 here, 0.8 here, and only take 4. That's why 6 plus 4 you get 10. Okay, so to avoid that problem, you need to overload the function. So how to overload the function is, a function overloading is a function that has the same name. There are many functions with the same name, but the parameter list is different. Okay, so here you have double. Okay, and I just name this one as function2. When you run this program, okay, when you run this program, you will notice that when you run this program, you will notice that the compiler will automatically choose function2 for the second one because of the signature of this. For example, like this one. Okay, since there are this function, there are two functions with the same name, so the function has been overloaded. So how to differentiate which one to call? Based on the parameter list here, based on the arguments that you pass. Because these two are integers, it will select the integer. Both of them are integers. Okay, if these two arguments are double, then it will automatically select those two parameters that are double. Okay, so that's how function overloading work. Okay, so it has the same name but different parameter list. It can be used to create function that perform the same task, okay, but it will take different parameter list. Okay, and the compiler will determine which kind of function it will call. Okay, so there is function overloading. So, but for example, in the case of this one, for example, you supply 7 here, and this is integer. The first argument is integer, the second argument is this. So if you try to run this, it will give an error message saying it's ambiguous. Okay, ambiguous means it doesn't know which one to call. Okay, which one to call, because this is integer, this is double. Okay, so but if you have only one function, okay, let's say you remove this function. Okay, then if you run the program, of course it will use only this function, but as you can see, the result of this will not be correct, but also here the result will be incorrect. Okay, so if you can have the option to only have this one for those of the those two parameters who are which are double. Okay, so you can have this as well. So this one can produce, of course it can produce the correct one, 12, but sometimes you might need a separate function just to have the just to have it process the in two arguments with integers. Okay, but you can have the option of creating another one. Okay, creating another function. Okay, in this function you are accepting integer, and the second one is double. Okay, this, and then you name this one as function 3, and when you run this, okay, so this one will automatically choose function 3. You see, is function 3 based on the parameter, based on the argument here, to match this parameter. Okay, so that is how function overloading work.